Now, in the previous training video, we created contacts, and I want to be able to email these contacts, but not individually because that would take too long to address an email for each person here, especially if I had 50 or 100 or 1,000. So instead, I created a group and added those contacts to that group, so all I have to do is address that group with one email. When I send it, it'll actually break it up and address each one of these contacts within the group individually. So to set up or use my Windows Mail program, come down here, click on the Start button, go to All Programs, click on it, and then click on Windows Mail. Opens it up. You should get a little pop-up window. I mean, aside from this one here, if this is the first time you're opening up the Windows Mail program. And if you don't get that pop-up window and you're ready to set up your email program, because by default, for you to be able to send an email to somebody else, you have to sign up with an internet service provider because they handle the emails. So when you want to send an email to John in Florida, first of all, you have to send the email to your internet service provider, their servers, who serve your email request and send it to John's servers, and then his servers finds John on that account and sends it right to his computer. Okay? So the internet service provider could be AOL or MSN or any of these big clients here. Make sure that you call them up and ask them for the account settings so you can set it up in your Windows Mail program. So if you don't get a pop-up wizard here, then you want to come up here and start it by clicking on Tools, going down to Accounts, because we're setting up a new email account. Click on the Add button. It's an email account. Double-click on it. It's going to say, OK, first step of the wizard. When you send an email, your name's going to appear in the From field. How do you want it to appear? When people see your email, it's going to be my full name, Kurt Kershaw. Click Next. OK, when people want to respond to your email, what's your email address? Again, you're going to get this from your internet service provider. It's going to be, let's say, kurt@dreamforce.us. Click Next. OK, here's the coding again. You're going to need this also from your internet service provider. I mean, what's a POP3 account? What's an IMAP? What's an HTTP? You're going to ask them, OK, in order to set up my email account, what server address do I need? And they'll give it to you. And it may be something like mail.dreamforce.us, something like that. And also if you're outgoing emails, it may be the same. Now in your case, it may be something like mail@aol.com, mail@msn.com. In any case, check with them, whoever your internet service provider is, and get this information from them. They'll also tell you if your outgoing server requires authentication, things like that. So you may want to write down the steps or the things you're concerned about, and then or have them on the phone and have them walk you through this wizard as you're setting up your email account. Click Next. Okay, you want your username and your password, so they'll give that to you as well. Maybe my username is Kurt K1K, something like that. And then the password, type it in. Remember the password. Click Next. Congratulations, you're done. Go ahead and click Finish. If anybody sent you an email, it'll download an email. If it's from MSN or AOL, they'll probably send you a welcome email. But I set up a bogus account here, so I don't want to download the email at this time, and click Finish. There it is. That's my default email. And of course, I can select it, remove it if I no longer want it, but we'll click Close. And so now I'm ready to send emails. Well, remember the contacts that we have behind the email here? We have the group, and then we have the individual contacts. Well, I want to be able to send an email to the group. First of all, to send an email, you'll come up here and click on the Create Mail button. Opens it up. Who do you want to send it to? If you have their email address, like bob@aol.com, go ahead and type it in. But as you recall, I already have those contacts, and I don't want to have to enter them in again. So I'm going to click on the To button. Opens it up, and there we go. We've got the family group, and then we have the individual contacts, Harry Potter, Sarah, and me. And I can send them to, or carbon copy, or blind carbon copy. First of all, to. Anytime you want to send an email, just go ahead and come over here, double click. You're sending it to the family group, which means anybody whose account is tied to that group. Remember in the window behind us, we had both Harry Potter and Sarah Brown added to it. When I click OK, it's going to add that group name there. So when I click Send, after I'm finished typing my email, of course, it's going to send it to everybody in that group. So I don't have to come in here and click on To and add Harry, double click, add Sarah, double click, and add 50 other gazillion people. No. Let me go ahead and remove them. Let me right click and go remove. Let me right click and go remove. Everybody's added to the family. All I need is to address this group here once and I'm fine. Now the carbon copy is more of like a respect thing. Like for example, if you're emailing a president or you're directing your letter to somebody, not even the president, like let's say up at the top you're addressing it to somebody that it's important that they get this email, then other people it's oh by the way. Then you come down in here and say, oh by the way, Harry or Kurt. Well, Harry's in the group here, but go ahead and select Kurt. And then click carbon copy to put him down here. So everybody else in the group is the most important part, and then by the way, Kurt, carbon copy, you can read about this, it's not too much of a big deal. And then you have blind carbon copy where you don't want, let me go ahead and right click and remove it, saying I'm sending it to the group. It's maybe somebody's will, and then they want me to be a part of it, but without anybody else knowing about it. So in other words, when I send this email, everybody's going to be able to see the family group, who's in that family group. It's going to be Harry, it's going to be Sarah, but they're not going to see me, so they don't know that I've actually received that information. And that's why you want to do a blind carbon copy, because whoever is listed in the BCC, when you send the email, they won't know that you're part of the email. All they'll see is anybody who you send it to up here and anybody who you carbon copy down below. Now, if you want more details about this, I'm going to have our Outlook training videos here that you want to watch. And some of what you see in there are the same things or concepts you'll be able to learn in your Windows Mail program. In fact, you may be converted and want to purchase Outlook because, again, there's a lot more you can do in Outlook than you can do within the Windows Mail group. But this is a great foundation to get started if you just want to go ahead and send emails out to individual contacts or as groups. When you're done, click OK. There we go, BCC, it's in red. It's saying, look, nobody's going to be able to see this when you send it. The only thing that they'll see as part of the group will be the family group, and it'll list both Sarah and Harry Potter. Come down here, type in the subject of your email. It's my will and testament, and then down here go ahead and just start typing whatever it is that you want to address them about. You have formatting buttons. You can change the text here, give it B for bold, U for underline, change the color, and all that. Go ahead and click send when you're done. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and close out of here and say no. And the whole purpose, again, is to use the Windows Mail program, and that should be enough to get you started. Again, I'll refer you to the Outlook training videos to be able to get more of an idea of how to operate your Windows Mail, because the concepts are pretty much the same when it comes to sending and receiving emails, including those items that you sent. When you click on the sent item, it'll show you all the emails that you sent ever since you opened up the program and started sending emails here. Then, of course, the garbage, any emails that you deleted will sit in the garbage here, and so on. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel, get notified of the latest videos, and for only $2 a month, you can have access to all my Microsoft Office training videos.